welcome back to the Ability Ends. I'm Trish.
And I'm Jen. We're the co-founders of the Ability Company. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're not reading from a script per se. We're just talking about inclusion, which is our theme for October. About what it feels like to be seen, what it feels like when you're not seen. We're sharing our real experience, the good, the bad, the ugly, the hard, and the hopeful. So grab some coffee, tea, or whatever you're drinking this morning. Get comfy and join us.
So then, have you ever felt excluded or unseen in a role as a caregiver?
Whew, that's a good question, Trish. Complicated one, but definitely yes. So first, I know my role as a caregiver is different than somebody living with a disability, and I just want to say that. But I've had a few examples in my life. So when our mom died, and I kind of started to develop and be in that role as Trisha's caregiver, I remember being I don't know, life suddenly changed for me. So the people that I were hanging out with, and I was young then, so, doing the typical 20 something weekend stuff that you were doing, suddenly it's not that they excluded me. Maybe I kind of excluded myself. So I might not be answering this question the right way, but life changed. You didn't suddenly have things in common. And I think that is why people can exclude you unintentionally. So, as an example, now with what I'm living through and helping, hopefully coming out on the end of it, my husband with mental health is, and I don't say coming out the end of it as I know that it could be a forever life thing. That's not what I mean, but he's in a better place than maybe he was. But with mental health, people don't see it. So we come back to those unapparent or invisible disabilities and don't know how to react or be in that. So I think sometimes I'm just excluded because she's dealing with too much, and either they don't want to bug me or they just don't want to have to talk about it with me.
I do that.
Okay, Trish, what's one example where you felt truly included, deeply seen, valued, visible?
Well, I had a lot of good experience of being included. One time when I go in pathetic class, my one teacher now, I did a couple weeks ago that he passed away, but she was one of the best teachers in high school. In pathetic class, I always did my own routines because it's about physical fitness for whatever ability. So I always did my own routines, walking with a walker, weights going on the mat. But my class was doing badminton, and my teacher said, you can play badminton with an NBA tournament. And I was, what? And yeah, I would be a partner, and we can make the world the best. And it was one of the best
getting a little emotional there. Just got to kind of interject that there's something about rackets, tennis, which if you know the story of the Ability Company and our logo, if not, check it out on our About Us page, I think. Yeah. And now this with badminton and a badminton racket. So that's pretty cool. Thank you.
Okay, then what is the thing on me that thing you help you the include?
I don't think I've ever learned anything from you my whole life.
Whatever.
Just kidding. Probably a long list of stuff, but what I've learned from you that changed my view on inclusion is likely that inclusion just isn't the physical, right? Like it's not the ramps and holding doors open or what else is physical? Elevators. Like that's huge. Don't get me wrong, because if they didn't have that, then it's even more. But like, I think for you, what I see is being thought of. You come into a space and like, was I thought of? And or you come into the biggest one is tourism. You come to see something like a famous landmark, and I get some things are really hard to make accessible, like Hopewell Rocks. Did I? You're going to answer that question?
Anyway.
Oops, spoiler alert. She knows how she's going to answer the next question. Like imagine going to the Eiffel Tower and not being able to go up. So that is a physical thing, but people don't think about how that makes that other person feel. It just feels like, which has been for centuries upon centuries, getting better, that you're just not as important as everybody else. So I think that's the big piece of what I've learned. Okay, Trish, your turn. Now, kind of the opposite question. Have you ever, or what is a time where you felt deeply 100% excluded and like it hit you more than you ever would have known? You were surprised by it.
Well, I have how long do we have?
Not very long, okay? Like not at all, right? We want short little clips, don't we, viewers? I'm kidding. So, but the question is, let's say hit you the hardest. Is there one that is like a core memory?
Well, then the already boiled my hand. It was the first big one. Walk in the
Yeah. Sorry, you're right. New Brunswick. Yeah.
And I get it at the bottom of the ocean, and they're like, no way I can get there. No, I don't get more going water. And then it was the feeling, oh my God, I didn't want that to carry me down. That would be even more.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, it would be worse. But it like nothing else. I never really thought of before I went.
Well, and then, sorry, I know this is your question. I'm hijacking.
I am gonna do another.
Oh,
more.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm talking on this one. I feel like you wanted to see that for mom or for grandma. No.
No.
Okay.
For me.
I thought there was something else with it, but I was there when she's crying. Maybe I talked about like if grandma was here at the time when she couldn't go down either. There was something, my memory is. Like if she had come with us, she couldn't go down. I remember talking to you after to try to make you feel better. But from the other side, which we're not talking, which is not really inclusion, is the guilt that I felt because I did go down. And you look up and you see her.
But I realized, and I got older because I was pretty young at that time, 37 maybe. Yeah, I earned about it because it was, and when we went to New York, and I went on a big bus, and I can't go at the top, and when you're at the bottom, it kind of sucks, you can't see anything, and I had them go up there, but I was there.
But you were really, really upset and like.
But it wasn't. I still went up there, but I was talking to my boyfriend, I think, on my phone at the time. And I'm like, I am so upset because when you go on it's different because you're not in your own way. You can do everything yourself. But
this story ends happily.
Yeah, we actually went on it again, and then at the time we could go on first, and I could walk up with our elf to go up at the top, and we did it, and it was so cool.
And front row.
And I even cried because I did it because I knew not everybody is able to. Well, I can do it. Climb it down
And have a sister like me that will do it for you.
Wow.
But I think Trisha makes these videos longer. So I'm going to wrap it up to say.
No, I am the guy when I got away from a couple of years ago. I wasn't upset. I didn't cry that time because I was again now. They could make it better. I couldn't go in the same way as the other customers. I couldn't deal with my own cars when I got to it. So you can always take it in another way. And what can we do to make it better? And I realized that sometimes they're gonna be happy that you are grateful that you even got to deal with your own eyes. Oh, you can feel it with the wind or whatever that became that you can do it.
I think for Trish, it's age. Age has helped you with that. And then for me, is preparing. Like if you'll hear me now in the future preparing, like when we went to the cruise, preparing that you might not be able to do it and ready, like expecting not the worst, but expecting a barrier and being better with that.
What helped me more, not abandoning it, but also thinking of ways to improve for others. Anyways,
there you go. So that's our episode. No more questions because Trisha took too much time.
Whatever. Then, how do you balance supporting me or your husband while deal with business, my independence?
I don't think that I still do that always 100% of the time.
No.
Because as a caregiver, you want to, We will not out my cough because that's human nature. But
the art.
I cough a lot. Yes. But now I lost my train of thought. So I don't think I'm the best at it. I still have to try because as a caregiver, that's where I was going. You want to protect. You want to do what you can. Um, but I think way back when with you, I started to be like, no, you speak. You always kept trying to throw it back at me. So I think supporting you with the respect actually came when we didn't live together because I think you got more independent. You're just like, I have to do this. Where when we lived together, a lot of the years, there was still a reliance on some level. You got better and you got better every time, right? Um, and I think it's just about listening, asking them, um, and I don't know. I think that's it. But again, it's hard. I'm not always gonna get it right. Um, and it's not control. So sometimes people might say I like control. So it's probably hard to let that control go. But I think I'm good with you, right? Like,
No, yeah. Sometimes when we are walking in big
oh, yeah,
places,
when we're traveling, I'm like this with even anybody. It's not because you're in a wheelchair. Like, watch out for that thing, right? That kind of stuff. But that's
and
on me. It's because I'm always looking for the worst thing to happen, I think.
yeah,
So, right? I think I
I
do that to other people too, maybe.
but more to me,
And Wes?
yeah,
Oh, okay. See, I told you all I have a lot to learn still. Like, you can be doing this. I was 27, but I like to say I was even younger because I think I took that caregiver role on more seriously than my other sisters when my mom was alive still, right? Always
probably.
wanting to protect and do and all this stuff, but it's hard because it's a balancing act. That's how I'll answer that. I think you maybe already answered this question, but you can kind of wrap it up in a nice bow. Is when stuff like that happens, the trips, the Hopewell Rocks, the graduation, um, how do you keep it from ruining your day, that time, that moment?
Well, you do feel it. I do am myself get upset, but I also realize that I'm not the problem. The system is, or the bait is, or the attitude is. And then I eat on it people recognize. And I don't even know in a moment. Because they're always knowing in every moment. Or even just ask and make it funny. I did that a lot. But
But not just about her own stuff, about my own stuff. But we won't talk about that.
yeah, not at anyway. Um, but did made me on a serious note made the ability company.
Made you excited about my idea of the ability come. I just gotta say
You
that.
never gonna let it go. But yeah,
Hey,
do
humor in everything. Humor in everything.
do make do realize that yeah, there's a problem and there will always be a problem, but you can still improve. So that might it.
Like you look for ways to make it better now.
Yeah,
And we're available at the Ability Company to help your. No, I'm halfway kidding.
you're not really good.
Yeah. But check out our website. You'll see what we have to offer to help you with this kind of stuff. Okay. You tell me I don't plug it enough, so there's our plug. But I guess they're
But
watching our
you
YouTube
put
channel.
it in the weird spot.
I do put it in the weirder spots, but
That's okay.
hey, marketing is not my forte per se. Is that marketing? Anyways,
I
we
thought that
digress.
we did it at work.
Well, I never
No.
went to school for it.
Okay.
Okay, that's that question.
Then, what moment in our journey that made you feel proud? Like, what is, did it, what included it? Like, now I know we only been doing it for a year, but we kind of been doing it all. I
Doing what?
moment where you feel like you made it good at when you help me with that.
Okay, so it's not the question is it when I've seen it and I'm proud of it in action?
Yeah.
It is or it isn't?
What is the moment in our journey
That I'm most
that,
proud of seeing inclusion.
yeah.
Okay. So that to me is not about me then. It's about when I've sat back and I've seen you being included in something. That's how I'm
Not only
taking
me,
that question.
it could be other people too.
Hmm. I
This
don't
is a
know.
hard one.
It's a very hard one. Um, I think, okay, just something off the top of my head is when I see Patricia with her best friends, probably is something that's really neat to see because they've known each other since they were little. And I think children growing up and being exposed, and I hate saying it that way, to somebody in their classroom that is different than anybody else. And for seeing those girls, how they include you, like they're probably the only other people that will take you somewhere without me. The odd time
More good, almost.
a workers offer, and sometimes the other sisters do too. The other sisters, sometimes our other sisters do too. But your best friends do that often to make sure you're included. Like last week, her high school is being torn down, so they all went there, and that's neat because it has nothing to do with me. So I think that's my answer is when things happen to you that include you in anything that is, yeah, not family, not like, not that I feel obligated, but you know what I mean? Like, I just, I'm not explaining it well, but I just want it to be natural. And what I see with your friends is natural, it's not forced. That's what true inclusion, that's why it makes me proud when I see it naturally, not by people like you and I who are leading the change. It's just natural. Our last question for both of us is if you could change how society approaches inclusion, what would it be?
Again, my sister took my words out of my mouth and the people that got this. But including the programs or dining with people that dining with people. It's about everyone needs the attitudes. Like, you know what I mean? It's about don't treat us different. Don't treat us that we are not they are because they don't have to do it. They don't act. We deserve to be there to like everybody else. And it's all in the attitude, I think. Like,
She's getting emotional.
do you want to tell me? No.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Is that a good end?
Are you done? Do you think?
I didn't know.
So I hear you. You're saying it's not just about this, but you're using the word attitude. Explain what you mean. Change your attitude. Do you think people have a negative attitude?
No.
Okay, so inclusion for you is more about people being nice to you.
Not nice, but normal. Like my friend see me like anybody
So
else.
the word attitude maybe is harsh when you say it then. Because
Yes.
people change your attitude and treat me normal is kind of what you're saying.
Good attitude, but attitude.
But attitude is a strong word, like change your attitude. And so what I want to know from you is what do you want them to change?
And I also think like not to me. No, not to my caregiver. Like I go to my dentist and they are really nice people, don't get me wrong. But they talk.
So inclusion for you, I'm still trying to come back to that, is about not being treated differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
can I answer this question? Or do you officially have to ask me it?
Okay, if you could name one thing about
Speed it up or I'll forget.
Society about it, including what would it be?
Women my age, you know what I mean when I say speed it along or I'll forget, because I had a good thought. Comes back to what I said. Inclusion for me is doing things naturally, right? Like, that is not about attitude and treating you normal. It's about, like, you know what? I have people in this room that require X, Y, or Z, and I'm going to make sure X, Y, and Z is available for it. So, like, at this graduation, inclusion for me is, and it's different because I'm a caregiver, but what I would like to see could be different than what you are. I think we got to take her word for it. Oh, Trish is getting a call because she's so busy.
Well,
Okay.
I never get calls.
Is that we walk into, I used to call it the JLC, so I don't know what it's called now. We walked into where the ceremony is held, and there's somebody there that says, Patricia, we've got you right here. Come with me, please. Because in any situation, it's like, hey, here we are. We have a wheelchair. Where do we go? Do you know what I mean? We're always searching and looking for the answers. And I guess just to have other people do that.
No, you want it opposite in it. I know it. You want people to stand else where I didn't want to be in the pocket. Everybody else.
It's but it also is how you just said that is like.
It's not a bad thing.
Because, like, but we are saying the opposite, but the same. Because if I myself alone came into that arena for graduation, there'd be signs, go this way, go that way. For me, I'm just asking because it is a bit more difficult for there to be signs for you. And I know there are, but they're often hard to see. And by doing that, it would be nice to feel like we have thought of you. Yeah. I'm not saying treat you different, but you're looking at it like treating you different.
I get it. You make it because it's more convenient. And I I don't like it because I don't need to be doing it.
No,
Oh,
what you're just saying is more convenient for me.
yeah,
No,
so you don't have
no.
to go.
Inclusion means
No,
that you
I
feel,
get it. We can argue. We always argue.
but
I
I
get it.
actually think you want to argue if in this graduation piece then what is it that they would have had to do something different to make you be able to get up on the stage the front way, to make you be able to sit there, so then you're
And
standing out. I think you're asking to be stood out, but you don't want to say it. That's what I think.
no, the
No,
opposite.
because hey, don't think of me, just don't do it. Like,
You
so that's
can
what they do.
you can think of me, but you don't got it there. More than I didn't get into the auditorium. We better go up on that go because they're not smart enough to read the
Oh,
time.
yeah, no, this is a whole other conversation.
No,
See, because, oh, if somebody comes up to her and says, hey, we've thought of you, and just imagine, Trish, like, we've thought of you guys, and we put on an event, and we have a
maybe
room.
I gotta be my way of thinking, but maybe I can have both.
Yeah, that's something to think about, I think, and how to do both because you're asking and not asking. It's just interesting. You think mine is interesting, but I think, and I'm not trying to say that I'm right. Mine is
Oh,
about
they always
inclusion.
gotta be
No, but
right.
mine is about include us at the table. And sometimes to get to the table, you need different
And
things
I
because
think
you want to
what
get to the table magically. So people don't
no,
see that
I
you're in a
wanna
wheelchair.
get in that table with the ability comes.
Segue.
Yeah.
And you can reach out
No,
to. Anyways, I
but
think
and do it in the background.
so. What I'm going to propose to you, because I think we're going to wrap this up, but I don't want to lose this thought either, is should we do another episode on this? Because we opened up to me something that's like, I think there's something there that we can debate on, right? Like, and debate meaning, Trisha,
The
Jen, you're doing this, and Trisha, you're doing this, and
the
how can we come
baby
together?
me done it right and I'm wrong.
No,
But
no, it's not. Why do you say that?
they
It's
always that one.
what I need. So here's potentially something within me, what neurodivergent on some level maybe is I need
You need a guilt laugh. Yeah.
examples to tell me that because yours is making everybody look at each individual where mine is making everybody look at everybody because it's unrealistic to look at each
But
individual. But do we need another episode? That's all. We will end it here. Yes, that's for another episode. So, yeah, I think it's time we kind of just wrap this up. So yeah, we're wrapping that up. I hope, and I hope we articulated it in between of what inclusion means to us as family, as co-creators and owners of the Ability Company.
And at the end of the day, we know it's impossible to have the same experiences as other able-bodied people, but that doesn't mean that we stop trying to make it more inclusive.
But yes, I sent you this video. Remember where it's like, what if the world was switched, where the world was fully built for people in a wheelchair, people who couldn't hear, so everybody spoke in sign language. That's like your experience. So I'll try to find that video and put the link here
But
because it was
we
cool.
gotta be polite and not ever gonna be that way. maybe in
I know.
another universe. Maybe,
But it's a good thought
yeah,
because
because,
it goes to the drastic side
yeah,
of the impossible, and it's like, well, bring it back and let's just get here
yeah.
instead of maybe over there.
Gold in the
Oops,
gap,
over there.
gold in the gap. Doing good isn't about being caught out in what you can and cannot do. It's about recognizing
That's the piece
for
you don't like.
yeah, it might just say me horrible. Every double, so many nights, and they never have me else. They could either have me out, or you can break or not be with mom. But they made me feel needed. They helped me keep calm
Mhm.
and laugh. No, I'm a part of it. And that what it didn't feel like. It's about doing up for each other, creating faith where both of us matters. It's not about others, it's about belong- belonging. It's about endless, honest, and helping each other through it all. We are even proof that including isn't attack us. It's that we ain't enough.
I think this is a very emotional topic for you, which I agree. And speaking of inclusion, I just let the dog in the space if you see me looking down here because he wants to be included in it. Right, Maui? Yes. Um, and definitely think again, like I said, we need another episode on this. You could probably do another hour of this conversation. But with that being said, thank you so much for sitting with us today, for listening to us. I hope our banter and debating and sisterly talk um, actually is relatable to you because I don't know, we like it. But on a serious note, if you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or unsure of how to show up for somebody, we get it. Like I said, I've been doing this for years and it's still something I'm constantly working on. We've been there, we are here, we're still learning. But we believe in the power of showing up, asking questions, and building those bridges. That's what I got all the plugs today. That's what the Ability Company is all about. So let's keep walking this path together. I do want to call out our shirts though. This episode airs on October 15th, and I think there's only about 15 days after that, give or take, maybe a little less, to get yours. And we did make an executive decision yesterday. This will not be, there might be another fall for all line because I love that saying, but it'll be a different design next year. So you only have these last couple weeks to get in on this. So it's awesome. I've gotten so many compliments on it, and it is our biggest selling line
Sorry.
to date. So thank you. We'll see you in a month.
And if you got a story about including or excluding, we will update you. So drop it in a comment or send a message. Your voice matter. It matter. Every
Why are you crying?
because everybody matter. And that one including is all about.
But why are you crying? You just get all emotional, like the feels. You're feeling the feels when you say that.
And remember, we are.
Oh, you're going right into it.
Yeah.
She's closing it up. Ready?
And we gotta do the end again.
No.
because I don't want to cry.
Crying is being human, right? So your voice matters, no matter if it's crying or if it's not crying. So remember, we will see you in a month, but we are taking
Taking
the
the
dis
this
out
out
of
of
disability.
disability.
Have a great month.